Do you overeat? I know, that's a silly question, right? Because we all do from time to time. You see, several hormones influence hunger and fullness, and this is exactly why motivation to eat less, to lose weight, is often not enough. Plus, some persons are at a greater disadvantage since they are more prone to overeating due to genetic factors. In this video, I'll share 4 simple steps that will help you curb the unhealthy habit of overeating. According to the Journal of American Medicine, more than 33% of adults and 17% of children between the ages of 2 to 19 years in the United States are obese, and more than 30% of persons with higher weight meet the criteria to be diagnosed with binge eating disorder or bulimia nervosa. So, what exactly is binge eating disorder? Binge eating disorder is an illness where persons frequently overeat in a short period, even when they are not hungry. These persons typically feel as if they lack control when it comes to eating and are often very distressed as a result of their overeating. On the other hand, persons with bulimia nervosa engage in binge eating but then purge the food eaten in an unhealthy way, such as vomiting or by using laxatives. But these aren't the only persons who overeat. We all do, particularly on certain occasions. This is because eating practices are greatly influenced by their immediate gratification. You see, the time between the behavior, which is overeating, and the adverse consequences, which is perhaps weight gain, is months or years. As such, we can easily turn to food because we find it comforting and we immediately get the stress relief. However, the weight gain and most of the negative health consequences will likely not occur until much later. Some persons overeat without even realizing it, often when they are distracted. However, whatever your reason for overeating, these 4 simple steps will help you curb this unhealthy habit. Step 1. Assess what influences your overeating. The first step is to be honest with yourself and figure out what sets off your overeating. There are 2 points that I want you to follow here. Number 1. Identify how, when, where, and why you overeat. For instance, do you tend to overeat when you're bored, sad, or stressed? Do you eat more when you are around certain people or in specific places? Perhaps when you go to the movies or go to a party, at Christmas or Thanksgiving? Is it after you fasted or skipped a meal? You might be working at your desk and mindlessly eat whatever is in front of you. Or perhaps you were watching TV and end up eating an entire bag of chips without even realizing it. Do you eat more when the portions are large or there is a wide variety of food? Identifying where, when, and why you overeat will help you make better choices. Next, determine your baseline total daily consumption. How much are you eating on a regular day when you are not overeating? You need to know how many calories to eat so that you can make better choices. I'll do another video on baseline daily dietary intake, so be sure to subscribe so you can see more content. Step 2. Determine what can be changed. We all have modifiable risk factors that we can take measures to change and non-modifiable risk factors that we cannot change. For instance, we can't change our genes, but we can change how much we eat when we are around certain people. We can't control what's available at a party or buffet, but we can control how much we put on our plate. Start by removing distractions during meals. One of the main reasons people overeat is because they eat while they're distracted, whether it's working at their desk, watching TV, or browsing social media. If this is you, make a conscious effort to remove distractions during meals. Sit at a table, put away your phone, and focus on your food. Next, avoid snacking. Try to eat only at specific times. This will help you be more mindful of what you're eating and how much you're consuming. Slow down while you're eating. Another reason you overeat is because you're eating too quickly. When you eat quickly, your brain doesn't have time to register that you're full. Determine specific portion sizes. Take the time to portion out your food. If you're like me and absolutely hate wasting food, avoid taking large portions to begin with because you'll likely overeat. Also, avoid forcing your kids to clean the plate when they're already full. Doing this will teach them to listen to their bodies and to not make overeating habitual. Avoid purchasing certain foods. If you know that certain foods trigger your overeating, it's best to avoid them altogether. For instance, if you can't control yourself around chips, don't even buy them. You should also prepare healthy substitutes beforehand. For instance, if you're always craving chips, make sure you have some nuts available instead. Next, drink more water. Thirst may often be disguised as hunger, so if you're feeling the urge to snack, drink a glass of water first and see if that helps. The third step is to identify the consequences of overeating. Short-term effects of overeating can include indigestion, heartburn, bloating, and fatigue. In the long term, overeating can lead to weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, pressure, high cholesterol. It can also lead to mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. According to statistics, obese persons have a 20% increased risk of depression. And if you're a Caucasian, college-educated person, this increased risk goes up to 44%. The final step is to develop techniques for self-control. To do this, be mindful and set specific goals. Think about what you want to achieve and be very specific. For instance, rather than saying, I will not overeat, say, I will not have seconds for dinner, or I will not eat anything after dinner. Remember to write it down. Also, measure your progress. Keep track of how often you're overeating and the circumstances surrounding it. This will help you see your progress and make the necessary changes. Remember to reward yourself when you reach your goals. This will help you stay motivated and on track. Additionally, manage stress, medications, and concomitant diseases. Overeating is often a coping mechanism for stress, so it's important to find other ways to manage stress, such as going for a walk, journaling, exercising, yoga, or meditation. Certain medications can even cause you to gain weight. So if you're taking a medication, speak to your doctor about the possibility of changing it to another drug. Please don't stop your medication without speaking to your doctor. If you have a concomitant disease that influences your eating habits, make sure to manage it properly. If you find that you can't control your overeating on your own, seek professional help. This can be in the form of therapy, support groups, a nutritionist, or a coach. Avoid temptation. Work on avoiding all the situations and places you've identified in step 1 that may be causing your overeating. Next, get support from family and friends. Let them know your goals and ask for their help when needed. Finally, take action. Remember, it takes time to change habits, so be patient with yourself and don't give up if you lapse. Just get back on track and continue working towards your goal. If you're ready to make a change, get prepared by checking out this video where I discuss all the factors that are stopping you from sticking to a healthy lifestyle. If you found this video informative, share it with someone you love. Thanks for supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. Together, we'll navigate our way to a healthier, more fulfilled life, one solution at a time.